Hello and welcome to Paper Plays Julie K.
Thanks so much for stopping by and checking out my latest design team video for Kraft Supplies for You. I will link all of the information below about Kraft Supplies for You in the description box. She does have a .net store and a Zibbit store. You can shop at either one of them, and she does carry gorgeous laces and trims and doilies and bling and all sorts of wonderful embellishments in her store. Along with all of the social media sites for Kraft Supplies for You, I am also linking the other ladies who are part of the design team. So I do hope you guys go and check out what they have been working on. There are some very talented ladies in the design team group right now, so they are well worth checking out. And now I'm excited to share my project with you for this month. And so for this month, I decided to create a number of compact mirrors in pouches, and I made 6 of them, and 5 of them are kind of done in a vintage or shabby chic style, and then there's one that's a little bit brighter just because I had someone in mind for that one. And so I'll maybe start with that one to share with you guys first. And so this one, I did use some of these little flower embellishments from Kraft Supplies for You, and these do come on a trim on a ribbon, and I just cut them off and used them. As you can see, this one I decorated kind of in this brighter teal turquoise color and some different trims from my stash, and it's to actually match the mirror that I decorated on the inside. So here is the compact mirror that I decorated, and my mirrors all started off looking like this. You can buy these at the $2 bin at Michael's, and they have different colors of rhinestones, and I started off either with the clear rhinestones, there's gold ones, or else the pearls is the ones that I started off with, but they do have ones that are other colors. But, you know, they look okay like this, but they really look stunning once you've added some of your gorgeous Kraft Supply for You blings and different items on top of it. And so here is the first one again that I wanted to share with you guys. And so this one started off with the gold beads on the bottom, and I went ahead and added this metal trim, which is carried at Kraft Supply for You. And so I layered that on top. I did use E6000 glue, if you guys are wondering what type of glue that I used. And then on top of that, I did have this little dragonfly embellishment already in my stash. And I went ahead and added these little flowers right here, which come from Kraft Supply for You, and they were white to begin with, and I used alcohol inks to change the color up so that it would match my dragonfly. And I went ahead and added some pearls into the middle of those, but she does carry these also in some other colors, and added some other flat back pearls, and then I also strung some beads to go around the edge of this compact mirror. And these are functional mirrors. I just got to find, you can open them up and use them. So that was the first one that I created. I was inspired by a lot of pins that I saw on Pinterest for these compact mirrors, and then also a YouTube channel called Refunction Crafts, where she had decorated some of these and also created pouches. And so I will also link her channel below. So this is the next one that I decorated and created. If you check out the top part right here, this gorgeous little trim right here is Kraft Supply for You. And it does come all attached together in a long string. And what I go ahead and do is cut it up. And I will then glue it down like this. And you can add like another little flower applique or flower piece on top of that. And then once you've done that, you go ahead and add your little bling in the middle, and it just turns out like a gorgeous little embellishment to add to different things. I mean, this is be easy to add to any fabric and lace project, but also if you're into card making or even journal making, this would look stunning on the cover of a journal. So there's so many different options for that trim, but I just love how that turns out. It's one of my favorite trims to use at Kraft Supply for You. And so on top of that, once I did that, I went ahead and added this pearl applique, which is also Kraft Supplies for You. One of my favorite little appliques that she has. It's just stunning, and I think it makes everything look elegant when you use that. And then if you check out the bottom right here, this Venice trim, that is also from Kraft Supply for You. She does carry a number of varieties of Venice trim in her store. And then everything else on the outside is from my stash, but I just had to point out, just because I'm sure my mom will watch this video, she did gift me this little trim not too long ago, and so I did use it on this because I was thinking I would give her this little compact mirror. And so I did want to point that out. And then here is this compact mirror, and this one started off with the pearl base. And I went ahead and added a little metal embellishment piece, some flat back pearls and pearls from my stash. And then this little piece in the middle is a button from Kraft Supplies for You. And it started off looking like this. You can see there's some pearls and some rhinestones on it. This one happens to be the purple one, but she has it in white and kind of a peach or pink color. And she also has it in blue, but it's a fun little embellishment or button to work with on different projects. You can do a lot with that. And then Kraft Supply for You also carries this rhinestone trim that I used to edge the top of it. And then also I edged the side of it with some flat back pearl trim, and that does come from Kraft Supply for You. So that was the next compact mirror I wanted to share with you guys, but I love how that one turned out. This is the next one I wanted to share with you guys. This one, again, I use trim from Kraft Supply for You, and it's another type of her Venice trim, and it does look like this. This is all I have left of it, but it's gorgeous. And so what I ended up doing is just layering it onto my pouch that I created in just different layers. I added another little trim from my stash just up here on the top, and also down here on the inside. I did use Velcro closures and also felt lining for the insides. I did either try to line different parts of it. Some of them I did line the sides. This one I didn't because I wrapped the trim around it, so I didn't have to. And then on the top of this one, Kraft Supply for You, she does carry these pins, bling, and she does have these in a number of different colors. This one's just the clear rhinestone one. But I went ahead and attached it, and I just used it. I left it as a pin or a brooch, just because if I gift this to someone, they will be able to actually wear this brooch if they want to, or use it on another craft project. So I just attached it as a pin or a brooch instead of gluing that one down. A lot of times I will take off the pin back and glue them down on projects, but I wanted this one to be free floating just in case whoever I gifted it to wanted to actually wear it, they could. And so when you open this one up, this one's a little bit more of a simple compact mirror. Again, it started off with just the rhinestone bling, and I added this gorgeous little heart pin from Kraft Supply for You, or brooch, and what I ended up doing is cutting off the back and gluing it down. I added more of her rhinestone trim around the edges, and then also some of her pink pearl trim on the outside edge. And again, these are all functional mirrors or compact mirrors. So that was that one that I created. And then here was the next one that I created. So this one, I did start off with that same flower trim, or this trim up at the top. I layered it. I added a little flower applique, and then she does carry this gorgeous loopy trim in her store in different colors. And so I just cut off, it does come on a ribbon, and I just cut off this piece to use as my centerpiece for my flower. And on this one I used some more Venice trim right here along the edge. I also used on this one, if you look at this gorgeous lace trim, it is about 3 inches wide. That is from Kraft Supply for You. I've had that in my stash for a little bit. It was just a piece left over from a past project. And so I just glued it down the long way on this pouch. And then this trim right here along the side is also Kraft Supply for You. And here's what it originally looked like. It had flowers attached to it, and these are my last little bit that I have left. I've used all the flowers in projects. Again, they make a good little centerpiece on different flower arrangements. But I ended up saving this piece right here just to use as edging on something. And so I was able to use it on this project, and I thought that looked perfect for it. And then this little trim right here is for my stash, but if you look underneath there, you can see some of her gorgeous peacock trim. It's another favorite trim of many people in the store, but it's a fun dangle trim. It looks like peacock feathers. And when you open this one, I have a different compact mirror. I decorated all my mirrors differently. And so this one looks like this. This one started off with a gold base of rhinestones on it. I went ahead and added this gorgeous, gorgeous piece of bling from Kraft Supply for You. It's pearls, and then there's a couple little rhinestones in it. And then I went ahead and added some flat back pearls around it for my stash. And also this pearl and rhinestone trim is from my stash, but Julie does have similar rhinestone trims in her store. And then if you look at the side, I used some of the flat back pearl trim from her store. That's one of my favorite kind of go-to pieces that I use a lot in my different projects, whether it's card making or other laces and or fabric and cloth stuff when you need a little bit of decoration. I love this trim. It's easy to use. So that was the next one I wanted to share with you guys, and I have 2 more to share with you. So here's the next one. And again, the flower center is very similar to the last one I showed you guys, but I used a different loopy trim color. This one's kind of the peach or pink color. This one has that same gorgeous Venice trim. And again, she does carry a wide variety of Venice trim in her store. And this one I just used some lace from my stash as my base. And the mirror on this one, there's a little bit more to this one. This one's a little more heavily decorated. It looks like this. This one started off with a pearl base on it. I went ahead again and added that flat back pearl trim around the edge, and on the top I layered the rhinestone trim from her store. And I do have that sitting here, so I should show you guys that. Here's what that trim looks like. And so when I glue it down with the E6000 glue, you can either leave it like this, or I usually just push it together so that it's a little bit closer, is what I did on when I edged my stuff on the side. On top, I left it a little bit more open. But again, on this one, my kind of little center focus piece is a button. And this is, again, the white one I just showed you guys. I had a purple one on that first one that I showed, or one of the first ones I showed you. But this one's more of the peach or the pink one. And then this little bling right here is also Kraft Supply for You, which I'll show you guys here. I have a couple pieces. So this little piece is Kraft Supply for You on that mirror, and then also this bling. This one comes in 4 in the package, and this one came in 2, I believe. But it's gorgeous. And then that very first dragonfly one that I showed you guys, I had those blue flowers on there. Here's what they started off looking like, this clear acrylic one. And on this one, instead of adding the pearls in the middle, I just went ahead and added a piece of bling that I cut off from this rhinestone here and put that in the middle. And then also I have parts of the little rhinestone chain kind of floating kind of throughout this piece. I did add one of the Kraft Supply for You key charms. And there's some more rhinestone bling there. And then this little heart embellishment's also Kraft Supply for You. I'm not sure if she still has that in the store or not. That's kind of one of the things, is once you see something that you like in your store, you need to make sure that you buy it, because sometimes she doesn't get it in again. And so I think that's everything I wanted to point out on that one. But I just love these, and they were a lot of fun to sit down and make. I just took an afternoon and decorated all of the compact mirrors in an afternoon, so it was a pretty fast project to do. But I was thinking they make perfect gifts, and I know Christmas is a couple months away, but these would be perfect as Christmas gifts or birthday gifts. And so the last one I wanted to show you guys is this set right here. And so this one I did use, this base layer is also a Kraft Supply for You. It's one of her bigger lace trims that she has. And this was my last little piece, and I just wrapped it around. And so the dangles are part of that trim. And then on top of that trim, I went ahead and added this wedding trim that she carries in her store. This one's in the cream color, but I think she also has it in white. But it's a gorgeous trim. And so what I ended up doing is just cutting it up and piecing it together on top of that original trim. I edged this one with some braid trim. And then to set it off a little bit more, I added this gorgeous piece of bling from Kraft Supply for You. And it comes like this. And you can buy it in either a half a yard or a yard increments. And I just use a wire cutters also if you want to cut it up into little pieces, because I did cut this up and use it on the mirror, but I wanted to show you guys what it came like. And it really is easy to cut with the wire cutters. And then once I cut these little pieces off, I did like save these rhinestones and use them on some of these mirrors. So again, that's what that one looks like close up. But I think it looks so elegant. It's probably my favorite pouch that I made. And then here's the mirror. On this one I chose to use the rhinestone trim on the outside of this mirror, compact mirror. And then on the top I just layered a ton of different embellishments. Again, here's that flower that I just showed you guys, and I have one right here, and then there's one kind of hidden back here under this love word. Here's that gorgeous pearl and rhinestone bling from Kraft Supply for You, and along with this piece, this little crown is also from Kraft Supplies for You. And so then once I kind of layered those main pieces, and then I also layered these flowers, which in her store she does carry some porcelain flowers in different colors. This one's kind of in the cream color, and they come in a big bunch. This is just a smaller bunch here. And what I ended up doing is just taking the fabric off and cutting close to the top, and then I just clustered them on here and glued them down using that E6000 glue. And then once I had all those down, then I went ahead and layered some flat back pearls around everything, and then there's also little pieces of the rhinestone trim. So either it's the rhinestone that I cut off of this when I was cutting these off, or else pieces from this rhinestone trim. And I'm not sure if you guys will be able to see it, but I kind of just filled in all the empty spots in this compact mirror. And then I also added this little piece, which is from my stash. And then this little embellishment also that says love was from my stash. Thanks so much everybody for watching. If you are interested in purchasing any of the items that I used in today's projects, don't forget to check out Kraft Supplies for You. I do have both of the store links listed below in the description box, along with the different social media sites and the other ladies on the design team. And if you are interested in looking at any of these items that I created today a little bit closer, they will be posted in the Facebook group and also the Instagram and also on Pinterest. So again, all those social media sites are listed below, so make sure you guys go and check them out. I hope you all have a wonderful day and happy crafting.